All right, let's dive into one of the trickiest but coolest parts of learning Portuguese, the verb to be. Now, in English, it's pretty simple, right? It's just one word. But in Portuguese, get this, it actually splits into two different verbs. And that little difference creates a puzzle that totally changes how you talk about, well, everything. So let's break it down.
So here's the big question, the one that stumps everyone at first. How can you be in Germany if you are from Brazil? English just uses the word are for both of those ideas. But Portuguese, nope. It makes you choose. It has two completely different verbs, one for your temporary location and another for your permanent origin. Okay, first up, let's meet ser. The easiest way to think about ser is as the permanent twin. This is the verb you're going to use for all the big, unchangeable truths. The core identity of people, places, and things. Yeah, ser is all about the essence of something. It answers that fundamental question, what is it, at its core? It's for describing those inherent characteristics, things like your job, your nationality, or a physical trait that doesn't really change. If it's part of a core identity, you're going to use ser.
So here's how it looks in the present tense. Eu sou, você é, nós somos. You can see how it's used for things like professions, médico for doctor, and nationalities like italiano or italiana for Italian. See, these are considered stable, almost permanent parts of who a person is, not just a temporary phase.
Okay, so just to nail this down, let's look at the main uses for ser. You'll use it for professions. Ele é dentista. He is a dentist. For your nationality. Eu sou portuguesa. I am Portuguese. For where you're from, your origin. O Pelé de Minas Gerais. And even for things like possession and telling time. All of these are seen as stable, defining characteristics. All right, so we've met the permanent twin. Now let's talk about his complete opposite, estar. If ser's all about permanence, estar is the verb of the moment. It's all about temporary states, conditions, and where you happen to be right now. Estar is your go-to verb for describing how something is right this second. It's not about what something is fundamentally, but how it's doing or where it is at this particular point in time. It's kind of like taking a snapshot of a situation that can and probably will change. And check out its conjugation. Eu estou, você está, nós estamos. You can almost hear that it's different, right? This is the verb for all those fleeting moments, the changing conditions and temporary situations that make up our day-to-day lives. Let's look at some examples where estar really shines. You use it for temporary locations. Ela está no carro. She is in the car right now. For feelings that come and go. Ela estou triste. I am sad, but I won't be sad forever. For physical conditions. Nós estamos com fome. We are hungry. Bottom line? If it's a temporary or changing state, it's a job for estar. Okay, this is my favorite part. This is where it all clicks together and that light bulb really goes on. Let's put these two verbs head to head to really see the difference in action. This is the aha moment. Okay, let's go back to our Germany example. When you say eu sou da Alemanha, you're using ser. Why? Because you're describing your origin, a permanent part of who you are. But if you say eu estou na Alemanha, you use estar because you're just describing your current location, which is temporary. You might be there on vacation. Same person, same country, but two different verbs create two totally different meanings. So cool. And the exact same logic applies to talking about people. If you say ele é alto, you mean he is tall. That's a permanent physical trait, so you use ser. But if you say ele está cansado, that means he is tired, a temporary feeling that's going to pass, so you have to use estar. One describes what he is, the other describes how he is right now. So this all boils down to the simplest way to remember the difference. You just have to ask yourself one question. Am I talking about what something is or how it is at this very moment? That's it. That's the key. And here it is. This is the golden rule. Ser is for your identity, what or who you are. Estar is for your condition, how or where you are. If you can master this one distinction, seriously, you've cracked the code. Okay, you ready for a quick pop quiz? Let's put this to the test. Have a look. Onde anda André? Ele está na sala, which means where André? He, it, whatever, in the living room. So, what do you think? Are these permanent states or temporary locations? Go ahead, lock in your answers. And the answer is estar for both. Onde está o André and ele está na sala.
Why? Because we're talking about his location, and his location is temporary. I mean, he's not permanently attached to the living room, right? It's just where he is right now. So Estar is the clear winner here.
When you really get down to it, this isn't just about grammar rules. It's a completely different way of seeing the world, baked right into the language. It forces you to constantly choose between what's permanent and what's temporary, between the essence of something and its current state. So the next time you describe something, ask yourself, are you talking about a permanent truth or just a passing moment?